Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video I want to talk about list comprehension in Python. And list comprehension are very handy for fast operations in Python, and there it's important to have idea about list comprehension. So let's get started. So at first we need to create a list. So let's give it list1 name and put some elements in that list. So apple, so this is our list. We have 7 elements in our list. Okay, let's iterate. So throw the elements using list comprehension. Let's first see the conventional way for item in list on. We can simply print item. So this is the conventional way. So we are iterating through our list using a for loop, but we can do the same thing using list comprehension. So in that case we need to write it like this. So print item for item in list on. So this is list comprehension, not the conventional way. So we are getting the same output like we got here. And if you are wondering why we need to use a variable, let's see that what happens when we don't use a variable. So we are first getting the items, then because of this list some non values are also getting printed, which is not desired. So to avoid this situation we are using a variable. Okay, if statement within list comprehension. So let's create another list. Okay, so this is our new list from 1 to 10. Now we want to use an if statement within list comprehension. So we can do like this. For num in numbers, if let's give a condition. If num, after dividing num by 2, if the remainder is 0, then we'll print the numbers. So we have from 1 to 10, and since only the even numbers can be divided by divided by 2, and the remainder is 0, so these even numbers are getting printed. Okay, now let's use if else statement within list comprehension. So here we used only if statement. Now we want to use if else statement at the same time. So let's print odd num, if num, same condition if the remainder is 0, sorry, not the same condition, if not equal to 0, then it's what, else print even num. For num in, so we are basically doing everything in one line in list comprehension. So we can see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is odd numbers, are odd numbers, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are even numbers. So we have both if else condition in list comprehension. Now let's use range function. Within list comprehension, so we can use range function within list comprehension in this way. Print digit for digit in range 10, 22. This is the step. So we are printing numbers between this range with a step of 2. So after 10, 11 is getting skipped, then 12 is printed, 13 is skipped, and so on. We can also use if condition within this to print the odd numbers. So just mention a remainder 2 not equal 0. So this is the condition for printing the odd numbers. So now we are printing the odd numbers because of this condition, and range function is also used. Okay, now let's check our list again and let's print squares of these numbers. So for that we need to print digit. This is the square notation for digit in range 2. So the squares of the even numbers within this function are printed. So this is 10 square, 12 square, 14 square, 16 square, and 18 square. Okay, now 6, iterate through a string using list comprehension. We can also iterate through a string using list comprehension. So let's create a string and iterate through this string. So print character for character in our string. So we are printing the string elements by iterating through this string using list comprehension. Okay, we can also perform some fancy operations in this way. So let's call it G, and we can mention the upper method, and this will convert string characters to uppercase. So these are lowercase and these are uppercase. Now let's reverse. reverse string using list comprehension. So let's mention reverse print character for character in city. We can use double colon -1 for reverse printing the string in reverse order. So OYKOT, this is the reverse way of printing. Okay, we can also perform the same fancy operation like shown before. So in that case, if we want to print the uppercase version, we have to mention upper. So OYKOT, but uppercase. Now let's check the nested if condition with list comprehension. So print num in range 20 if after dividing by 2 remainder is 0 and if for remainder is 0. So this will obviously print horizontally because we mentioned this end part. So what is happening within range 20, we are only printing those numbers that are divided by 0, divided by 2 and also divided by 4. So those numbers are 0, 4, 8, 12 and 16. These 5 numbers are divided by both 2 and 4. This last number is not counted in range function, so only 0 to 19 are considered. Now if we want to print them vertically, we just need to remove this part. We can mention vertically. Now these are being printed vertically. Okay, the last thing I want to mention is nested list comprehension. So we can do like this. So print will basically print a list using on list comprehension. So C for C in range 10. Okay, for T in range, let's say 5. So C for C in range 10. This is inside a list. So we have 10 elements in a list, and this is also being performed 5 times using the range function within a list comprehension. So we are printing the same list 5 times using list comprehension, or in other words we can say this is a list comprehension because a nested list comprehension because a list within list comprehension. So these are some of the operations that can be performed using list comprehension in Python. I have shown only some simple ones. There are plenty of difficult operations that can also be performed, but this is for beginner level only. And that's the end of this video. In the next video I want to talk about string formattings in Python. Thank you for watching this video.